Okay. Fadila, you can continue.
Okay. So I'm very excited to share with you my knowledge about on Wikidata. So Wikidata is not new to most of us here. So all of us knows about Wikidata. So for the benefit of the newbies among us, and as well we the old bees who are not always contributing. You know, one was in DN and Mr. Musa last said that Wikipedia is like reading the Holy Quran. So once you read and then you don't rehearse again, you definitely. So most of us, we always it once in a while ourselves on the steps of with that one. I will just go in and then get started. So first of all, I'll be sharing my screen with you so that you see the steps involved in editing Wikidata. Please, if you can see, let me know.
Not yet.
Okay.
Is it on my side?
Please, can you see?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes, please, you can see your screen.
So I'm using Chrome to do that. So first of all, you have to log into Wikidata. Okay, because I'm conversant with this, or I'm always on it. Once I open, my details are already there, so there's no need for me to log in again. Okay. So this is how the interface will look like. So on top, you see that here I didn't change it to Dagbani. You see here is English. So if I want the statements, the labels to be in Dagbani, I'll change it to Dagbani there.
You can check. We are great.
So next is the Dagbani. See that username, the time is here as like the message. Please, can you hear? Hello?
We can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
So first of all, Wikidata is said to be like a free encyclopedia. It's also structured. It's multilingual, machine readable. We also have the Bible additions. With that one, you'll be able to tell Wikidata the number of languages you understand. As we move on, you see what I am talking about. Then it also connects other wikis to it so that it has
Javelin, please, could you mute? Your background music is worrying us.
Wikidata has unique items. It can never be Wikidata also consists of statements. Under the statements, we have properties and then its value. Let's dive in first. So first of all, if you want to use Wikidata, you have to send or move your cursor to the right corner. That's the search bar, the search engine. Anything of what you want to edit on or what you want to create. What you want to edit or what you want to create or what you want to create there. Let's try to see if it's already there so that we will be able to edit or create if it is not there. So it is there already. Once you type and then the drop down, on the drop down you see the name there. That means that it has already been created.
Yeah. If you can change the language to English, please.
Done. So when you open it like this, so this is the item which is carrying a issue. Then the QID is in brackets. So this QID, so this QID is telling you that it's unique to only this. You can't assign it to any item. So the labels, that's where you see the more languages. So these are the labels, the language aspect. So you can see on my labels, that is the languages I understand. What I told Wikidata, the languages I told Wikidata I understand very well. So first of all, we have English there, we have Akan, we have Arabic, Dagbani, French, Hausa, and then Twi. That is what I told them that I understand. So, and the label here represents item you are creating, the name of it. That is where you see Haruna Idrisu. Then you see description, who the person is, or the item, what is it about? What is it? So Haruna Idris too is who? He's a Ghanaian politician. Then we also have what we call, also known as, that's the alias. So most of our northern brothers, or including myself, we all know Haruna Idris to be Gangju. We call him Gangju, and some call him Aduna. Some call him Lawyer Haruna, and all that. So also known as, that's the alias. So if you are creating an item and the person doesn't have, or the item, there's no need for you to add that to it. So like the account that I also said I understand, like if I understand it, right? Some the account people also open and see left that place vacant. Ghana, what was there? Because Wikidata is multilingual. Those who understand tree or Akan will come and then fix what is supposed to be there. Okay. So, and you see add statement. So this statement under it, that is the properties. What you have created, the name you have created, what is it? Is it a human, a inhuman, like so then once you so when you click on add statement, then the drop down will come. Then you choose, once you start typing, the drop down will come. Then you see instance of. So once you choose instance of, another drop down will come from the value. That is the value. What the person is. If the person is a human, if it's a human being, then you also choose. So let's just take time at how this one started lead to our I. So after the instance of, you see image, and you can see next sex or gender. So that we know Idris is a male. Country of citizenship, we know he's in Ghana here. Name is so that's just basically, that's how when we said when I started, I said it's structured. So that's the structured form I was talking about. So one funny thing about Wikidata is that like all the informations are on one site. Like you can just view it at a glance and know what exactly the article or the item is talking about. Okay. So since we have, so one and also I also mentioned that we'll be looking at interlinks. So this article, we'll be linking it to Wikipedia. As I am going down, we are going to check and see if it has already been linked. Okay, it has already been linked. Once you see Wikipedia here, then you see that these writings here, you see on the left, you see ARZ, that's a language, that's Arabic. If I'm not mistaken, that's Arabic. Then the next one, that's Dagbani. So like if it wasn't linked, we wouldn't have seen the agent there. So once you tap on the DAG here, it sends us to Haruna Idrisu article on Wikipedia. So that's why we said Wikidata links data to each sister project, including media and the other ones we all know about. So okay, so the item that is not already on Wikidata, so that hands on. Please, any name so that we'll do that. Oh, so there's no, you don't know of head, so that we'll just search and see if the item is already there or not. Okay.
There's one suggestion in the chat.
Okay. Please, if you can mention it to me. Okay. Okay. I've seen it. So
Hi.
okay. Looking at the drop down here, we don't have any item named Yaya Suleimana. So without much ado, we now on our left hand side is a new item. So that is what we are going to do. So we'll create a new item here. So 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 the label is Yahya Suleimana. So that's the name of the first form. The description is who Yahya Suleimana is. So for Yahya Suleimana, he's a district director of education in Kumbungu. So the next one is the alias, and he doesn't have an alias, so we just create it like that. Okay, so it's done now. Looking at it, so in English here we sorry, the English description should have been here. Sorry. Kumbungu district. Okay, so as we have here on the Dagbani label, we have Yaya Suleiman, who is also in England. So as Wikimedians, if one comes across this, you have the right and you understand Dagbani, and also when you can edit in Dagbani, so you have the right to come and tap on the edit here. Encryption. Then describe him in Dagbani. So, the government says, please let's describe Yaya Suleimana all together. Please let's do it. Samugi. Hey, they are four run away. Okay. So So for the sake of time, I'll just transliterate it here so that once there's I'm free, I'll come back and yeah, I'll come back and correct it. I think I thought my network dropped. So once you description, then you hit on the publish button. So the next on it is add statement. Because of time, we will not go there. So the next on today's learning session is linking Wikidata to Wikipedia articles. So first of all, we have to go to Wikipedia and check if Yahya Suleimana is already there, or if he has an article already, so that we'll just link it together. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a Wikipedia article yet. So what we will just do is to create just brief one so that we're able to link it and then see how it works. So
I think she has dropped. Or and some people are their microphones are on, so I'm trying to unmute to mute them. So we are waiting for Khadija to be back. So whilst we wait for Khadija to come back, can somebody do you have any question regarding what she has shared? I see someone saying that they are not getting it. If you have any specific question where you did not understand. Any question? It seems there are no questions. Okay. Someone asking if can someone summarize from the beginning to where the lady stopped. I'm sorry, we cannot summarize everything. I don't know what point you got disconnected, but she started by creating an account, logging in and creating an item for someone. I don't know where exactly you miss and what specific information we need from the trainer. What we can do is to send a link to a recording of this meeting where you can follow it. But I don't think we would have to go all over to summarize everything. But I can send the recording after the meeting so that you can watch where you missed. You can have like a second look and then get a better understanding of it. Thank you. So I'm going to send this link to you. In case you want to follow up with the tutorial, there's another recorded video on how to create introduction to Wikidata. So I'm just going to paste the link in this chat. You can just go over it and see. Since she's the only facilitator, I guess most of us are connected with our mobile phones, right? So me in particular cannot share my screen because I'm connected with my mobile phone. So watching the recording or the link that I shared would be of good help. So since I cannot share my screen, what I can say about your question is before you create an item for someone, you first of all need to search. So you go to wikidata.org. Once you go to wikidata.org, you have to search inside Wikidata the name of the item you want to create. So if it's an item about a place, let's say Tamale or whatever it is, make sure you search it first in the Wikidata search box. After logging into Wikidata, you see a search field where you can type whatever information you need. And by typing it, it will show you the search history, whether that item exists or not. If it doesn't, you will see it showing that this item doesn't exist on Wikidata, and you just click on it to create it from scratch. So the most important thing here is make sure you search in the search bar to know if that item exists or not before you go ahead to create it. to create an item, you can either see it on the left side, create item, or create a new item. Or when you search it, you can still tap on the name in red to create it. When you create it, what comes in, unfortunately, I cannot share my screen. So the one asking the question, if you are connected to your laptop and you want us to help you, can just let us know so that we would guide you. You share your screen and then we'll guide you where you need help. Other than that, my phone unfortunately cannot share my screen. So when you click on create item, the first thing that will come is the languages. The default language is English. Then you type exactly the name of the item you are creating. Then you see the description of that item. The description of that item is the short summary of what you are creating. So Tamale, for example, would be capital of Northern region, or name of city in Ghana, whichever description you think it is appropriate or suitable, then you use it. So this is basically to give you an overview of how you can describe items on Wikidata, just a short summary of what that means. And then you see another field which says alias. The alias is the also known as, or the other name for that item. So Tamale, what is the other name for Tamale? You add it to the place. If it's a person, normally some people have like nicknames or other things like that. That's where you put the alias. It is not required. So if that item doesn't have an alias, you just leave it like that. Then you click on create. When you create it, that means you have added one statement like that. So you have created a fresh item. So now what you need to do is to add statements. For Wikidata, we have statements, and then for the statement, you have values for the statement. So the first statement you may want to add is instance of. For every Wikidata item, there should be an instance of. So what is the instance of? Instance of is the meaning or the exact definition of that item. So if it's Tamale, that means Tamale is an instance of a city. If it's a person, let's say Umar Asia, instance of will be a person. Or Abdullah Yusuf, instance of will be a person. So the instance of describes what kind of item you are creating. If it's a building, or anything, you can create anything on Wikidata. So by clicking instance of, it shows the list of qualifiers that you can use, or values for that particular instance of, depending on what you are creating. So Tamale, for example, has different names, spelling, and then it has different meanings. There's Tamale that is food in Asia. So the name Tamale may not be the city Tamale that we all know, but if like a cuisine or like food somewhere else. So if you are describing that kind of Tamale, you have to be specific which one you are describing. And then we have what we call, or maybe let's say a city, London. London, we all know is a city. It could also be a name of another city in a different country. It could also be a name of a person. So when you are describing London, you have to indicate which one you are creating. For example, if it's London as a person, that's instance of a person. If it's London, it's the movie. Instance of maybe action movie, fictional movie. If it's London city, then it has to be instance of a city in the United Kingdom. So this is basically how you add statements. So just adding one statement should be enough to have like a good item. You can add as many statements and add values as possible. For example, you want to add country. If it's a name of a place or thing, you can add like country. Or if it's a person, country of citizenship, place of birth, date. If it's a person, educational background. All of these are values that we use to describe statements. And this is generally the overview of how to create an item from scratch. So you may want to try by logging in, and if you encounter any challenge whilst we are on this call, we'll be able to help you. So first is to log into Wikidata, and you can log into Wikidata with your same Wikipedia account. There's no need to create a new Wikipedia account. That's the most important thing. The same Wikipedia account you have created can be logged in, can be used to log in all the Wikimedia projects. So try logging in, and then whatever item you are going to create, you can search it. After searching it, and you can now proceed to create it. Do you still have any question, or do you need more clarification? I see that Fadila is back, and she may want to continue from where we are. We have like just a few minutes to end. So Fadila, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Currently, I can share my screen with you unless. What we were writing. So yeah, if it's English, you see family. Follow in the money family. So Nigeria, which means like what did you guys do? So we have created an article. So just like created.
I think we have lost her again. So I don't know if she will be back. But I've shared a link to an existing video from YouTube in case you want to have a look. Also, this call is being recorded and it will be shared with all of you so that you can go over it again. We have just 3 minutes to leave. If you don't have any question, if you have any question either on Wikidata or any other question outside Wikidata, feel free to share before we end the meeting so that all of us can have a rest. Any question? So there was also a link that was shared for those on the call for reimbursement. So if you want to request for reimbursement, please remember to fill the form. I'll share the reimbursement form once more. And then we can end the poll. So please feel free to share the reimbursement. Fadila is back.
My network is very good.
Okay, so we have very few minutes to leave. So if you can share your screen, I think he was asking about where you started creating the item. So if you can demonstrate with another item creation, that would be helpful. So by searching and then taking us through the beginning of an account creation on Wikidata.
Okay.
Like an item creation. So you can go back to Wikidata and just take us through the steps, simple steps on how to create a Wikidata item. So first of all, we're talking about logging in. Once you log in, you go to the search bar. You can point us to the search field. So then you type what item you want to create. So here you can type whatever you are creating. So here, maybe you want to type, you want to create anything that comes to mind. So you can type Kotei. This is a town around Kumasi, Kote.
Is there?
Okay, it's already there. Okay, so if you know of anything that you want us to create on Wikidata, please feel free to type it in the chat. Other than that, you type whatever you are creating. As I said, make sure you search it. Assuming we didn't search and we go to type to create the item from scratch, that means you'll be creating like a duplicate, which is usually not appropriate. So I still see logo. Somebody's wrote logo, L-O-G-G-U. L-O-G-G-U.
GGU.
Yes, L-O-G-G-U. I see a question. Oh, okay. It exists already. So whoever typed it, it's already there on Wikidata. Logo, a village in the Upper West region. So it's already there. And I am going to read a question from the chat. How do you ensure notability and accuracy in a new Wikidata item? So just like Wikipedia, when you are creating a Wikidata item, you are supposed to provide references. Just that referencing on Wikidata is much flexible than Wikipedia. But for every Wikipedia item, make sure you search. For example, if we are creating logo, you have to search to know more about logo. And then when you create it, instance of a village or community or something, you have to put a reference to that to make sure that we are not just typing anything. So adding references is very important. And I think we cannot demonstrate if, but Fadila, can you demonstrate how to add a reference on Wikidata? I want us to finish this call as soon as possible, but just in case somebody wants to know. So yeah, let's add a reference to the first statement that says instance of. So for instance of, you click on edit. First click on edit.
Yes, okay.
Oh, okay, you are now adding the
So
instance of Suleimana.
Yes.
Okay.
So instance of Mr. Suleimana is a human being, so we choose human. Then we publish.
So let's try to add a reference. So before you
Okay.
say he's a human being, you have to add a reference to that. So you click on add reference before you publish, or if you like, you can publish and now add a reference. So if you click on add reference, then you Google the name of the person. You search it on Google. Just for the sake of time and internet. This is basically how you add a reference. So your question down for how do we ensure notability? So Wikidata also has administrators who search to ensure that information added are accurate and have like references. So just make sure you add a few references to make your Wikidata item more accurate.
So,
and adding references, you cannot use social media, you cannot use like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all of that. You have to find a reliable reference somewhere. Yeah, I don't know if this is what we can find about him. Other than that, we can just leave it like that. Someone may add it later. Yeah. So I was just trying to show you how you can add references to Wikidata items. Yeah, Fadila, I think we can end the call now. Then I've sent a link to the one of the recordings for Wikidata. And for those who are on this call and have issues with internet, we'll send this recording to you by tomorrow so that you can have a second look. So thank you so much for being part of the session. Fadila, any last minute comment? So we wrap up.